Since independence, Ukrainian companies have released a number of projects that have become widely known far beyond the borders of the country. Several Ukrainian video game studios have seriously established themselves in the global market. It is these companies and their product that prove that Ukrainians can not only be small cogs in a large system, but also create it themselves. GSC Game World, Frogwares, 4A Games, and others have become the real face of the Ukrainian video game industry, and their projects bring pleasure to millions of gamers around the world. Let's start, of course, with one of the most famous studios. Since its founding in 1995, the developers have released a lot of projects, but the vast majority of them belong to the two most popular franchises of the company. The first game in the historical real-time strategy series was released back in 2001. Cossacks European Wars offered players 5 single-player historical campaigns based on real events that took place in the time frame of the 17th, 18th centuries. In games traditionally for the genre, it was possible to create your own base, hire an army, and extract various resources. There was also a multiplayer mode in which gamers were asked to face each other. There were 17 nations available for the game, each with its own unique units and features. The project was a resounding success. Critics and gamers alike loved the game for its graphics, historical accuracy, and highly intelligent AI that really forced gamers to think tactically to win. Positive reviews and good sales led to the development of the sequel Cossacks 2 Napoleonic Wars and the add-on Cossacks 2 Battle for Europe, which were already more coolly received. In 2016, a remake of the first part, called Cossacks 3, was released, which, despite the hype among fans of the series, received rather mixed reviews. According to critics, the game successfully operated on the nostalgia of gamers, but did not offer anything new. The story of the franchise is over for now, however, who knows, maybe among the plans of the developers there is an idea to try to revive the once popular genre. A series of games in the first-person shooter genre tells about the life of a special kind of people, Stalkers. These adventurers explore the Chernobyl exclusion zone in search of artifacts, fame, fortune, or just out of weird bigotry. The release of the first part of Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl took place on March 20, 2007, and 2 add-ons that are actually independent games, Stalker Clear Sky and Stalker Call of Pripyat, were released in August 2008 and October 2009, respectively. The game has received wide recognition not only among Ukrainian players, but throughout the world. Gamers like the mysterious and dangerous world of the zone. The project was praised for good graphics, atmosphere, story, and realistic ballistics. Unfortunately, there was a fly in the ointment. The technological state of the games left much to be desired. It often crashed, were full of bugs and shortcomings. But none of this prevented them from gathering a huge international army of fans around them, who to this day play with Pleasure Beloved Shooter, are developing modifications for it, and are also looking forward to the continuation of the franchise, Stalker 2. Sherlock Holmes, Frogwares. This independent Ukrainian company, headquartered in Kyiv, was founded in 2000 in Dublin and mainly develops adventure video games. The franchise about the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, based on the collection of detective stories of the same name, brought the greatest fame to the developers. Sherlock Holmes, The Awakened from 2008, should definitely be considered the most popular game in the series. The project combines 2 artistic universes, directly the works about Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle and the myths about Cthulhu from the father of the horror genre Howard Lovecraft. It was this part that became the first 3-dimensional game in the series and in general sold the best, and also received good ratings from critics and players. Further in the franchise, the rather successful The Testament of Sherlock Holmes and the controversial Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter stand out. Now the company is finishing work on the game, which is conceived as a prequel to the entire series, Sherlock Holmes, Chapter 1. The project has become the largest brainchild of the studio and tells about the early youth of the famous detective. The game goes beyond a simple quest. It features a picturesque open world, its own combat system focused on deduction, and a morality system that will force players to make tough decisions and face the consequences, because sometimes the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Cryostasis, Sleep of Reason, Action Forms. The studio, founded in 1995 in Kyiv, may be little known to modern gamers, because today it has actually ceased to exist. The company's fame came from a game called Cryostasis: Sleep of Reason. The project in the survival horror genre was released on December 5, 2008 and told the story of meteorologist Alexander Nestorov who, by chance, got stuck in the ice of the Arctic many years ago in an atomic icebreaker. The hero's unique ability to penetrate the memories of dead characters and change their actions committed shortly before death allowed him to correct the crew's mistakes and prevent the captain's death, which in turn saved the ship itself from disaster. The game received mixed reviews from critics, who stated that, despite the atmosphere and good story, the gameplay seems somewhat repetitive, and the combat system is rather clunky. However, the main feature of the game, namely the terrifying atmosphere that kept the players in constant tension, resonated in the hearts of gamers who highly appreciated the horror. Metro 4A Games. The studio was founded in 2006 in Kyiv by people from the already known GSC Game World. The conflict with the leaders of the 4 employees who became the founders of the new brand may have left an unpleasant aftertaste in their relationship, but gave the Ukrainian game industry another great company. 3 games in the Metro series, namely Metro 2033 Metro, Last Light, and Metro Exodus, brought developers worldwide fame and recognition. The plot, based on the books of the writer Dmitry Glukhovsky, tells about the post-apocalyptic realities of the world, which after a nuclear war is inhabited by various monsters, and people have to hide from them underground at metro stations. Genre is a first-person shooter with elements of an open world, fully revealed in the latest, at the moment, game of the series. Each part of the franchise certainly became successful both financially and in all other plans. Critics and gamers alike rave about all 3 games, and Metro Exodus has become a real hit in general, deserving many nominations for prestigious awards. From a project that was not believed in too much, and this was precisely the attitude of publishers and sponsors to Metro 2033, the series has turned into a global franchise with a multi-million army of fans who know exactly what the Ukrainian video game industry is worth. Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft Kyiv. As we have already noted, in addition to their own studios, many Ukrainian specialists work for international gaming giants with offices in Ukraine. Thus, our countrymen as part of Ubisoft Entertainment had a hand in creating such a cult franchise as Assassin's Creed. It was the Kyiv office of the studio that was almost completely responsible for the PC versions of such games in the series as Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood Revelations, Assassin's Creed 3 and Black Flag. We pray for Ukraine. Write to us which games from the list you have played and what are your impressions of them. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel, watch our other videos, press like, turn on notifications, and you will always be aware of what to play today.